So we get a lot of questions on how these marine engines work as far as the cooling system. Now, this is understandable considering most people don't know marine engines. Get a lot of people that kind of act like it's common sense, but I'll go ahead and walk you through how this particular engine here operates. This is a Chrysler Marine 413. This is the water pump right here. It has two halves to it. This half right here is actually for the manifolds and the exhaust system. It comes down here, it splits off. One goes to one side, one goes to the other. They go through the transmission cooler and they go through the oil cooler. From there, they come up into here. They fill this entire manifold here. There's a tube that's soldered to this fitting here, and it runs all the way up to the top, and it ends about right here. So this whole thing has to fill all the way up, then it can come down that tube, then it will come through here, and it'll mix into the collector. From there, it goes into the water. Now, we get a lot of concerns about polluting our waterways with these engines. If you look up what the major contributors are to pollution, boats don't even make the list. So it's not that big of a deal. A lot of people are worried about it. They've been doing it that way for over 100 years. So it's all right. If there's a huge issue with it, they would have changed it. Now on this side of the pump, right here, what it does is it pulls from the lake. It goes directly into the block. Now there's a lot of concerns on this system for the block not being able to come up to temperature, but they thought about that in their design with this here. This is a thermoverm valve. It's a thermal valve that regulates where the water goes based on its temperature. The water goes in this block here, the side of the block. It goes through the head, comes through this side of the block, out the head, back into here. Now this right here, when it's cool, the valve will be all the way down, blocking off the bottom. It goes through this hose right here, through the intake manifold, out this side, down here. Now I added this to this system. Usually takes a little over a minute for these blocks to fully fill up with water. What this does here is this is a one-way valve that I've added a spring to. It takes about 1 pound of pressure to open it. And instead of taking a minute or two to fill the block up, now it fills up in seconds. So that is a huge upgrade. From there, the water comes in here and it mixes back in, and you can see that favors the block pump side, and then it goes back into the block and the water makes its way back up to here. And when the water starts to hit about 100 degrees, the valve starts to open. But when it's up to full operating temperature, on the stand it was running at about 135. It goes, once it starts to open up, it empties out this hose here, comes down here, and back into the collectors on each side. Now I tried to give you as much information in as little time possible. I hope I didn't miss anything. I hope that made sense. The reason this engine was brought to us was because somebody else had rebuilt it. The block was packed full of rust. They didn't get it cleaned out, and it was overheating. They did some improper head work that caused even more issues. We popped 2 brand new Autobrock carburetors on it, 2 brand new Holley flame arresters, redid the fuel system, made new lines. We should be putting this thing in the boat here soon. I hope you found the information in this video helpful. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.